Seljuk Bey, the leader rising from the steppe. History is filled with the footsteps of great leaders. However, some not only change the course of history on the battlefield but also with their decisions. The person we will talk about today is one such leader, Seljuk Bey. Although he did not establish a state in his name, he was the ancestor of a dynasty that influenced world history. Rising from the Oghuz steppes, this wise leader stood out not only for his warrior identity but also for his foresight. So, who was Seljuk Bey? How did he become such an influential figure among the Oghuz tribes? Let's take a journey into his legendary life. Seljuk Bey's origins and his position in the Oghuz Yabgu state. Seljuk Bey belonged to the Kinnik tribe of the Oghuz Turks. The Oghuz were a Turkish community that lived a nomadic life in the vast steppe region and eventually established great states. His father, Dukak Bey, was an important commander in the Oghuz Yabgu state. Known for his military successes and leadership skills, Dukak Bey was highly respected by the Oghuz Yabgu ruler. From a young age, Seljuk Bey developed himself in state governance, war strategies, and the necessities of nomadic life. Over time, his leadership qualities emerged. He became a significant figure in the Oghuz Yabgu state, earning the love and respect of his people. However, this situation disturbed other influential figures in the state. Jealousy and migration to Jend. As Seljuk Bey gained more power and influence among the people, the rulers of the Oghuz Yabgu state became uneasy. Those envious of his growing authority began speaking against him and forming opposition. This posed a threat to Seljuk Bey. He could no longer act freely within the Oghuz Yabgu state. As a result, he decided to leave Oghuz lands with his loyal tribe. Seljuk Bey and the Kinnik tribe migrated to the city of Jend. Jend was a strategic city at the crossroads of Central Asia's trade routes, where various cultures and religions coexisted. Islam was strong in this city, and Seljuk Bey had the opportunity to encounter a new civilization. Encounter with Islam and conversion to Islam. After arriving in Jend, Seljuk Bey established close relations with Muslim scholars. These scholars explained the principles of Islam, its sense of justice, and its unifying power. Seljuk Bey observed the disciplined structure of the Islamic world and its strong state systems. After a long period of research and evaluation, Seljuk Bey and the Kinnik tribe accepted Islam. This was not just a religious choice but also a significant political turning point for the Seljuks. They had now become part of the Islamic world and were entering a period where they could gain new allies. Confrontation with the Oghuz Yabgu. Seljuk Bey's conversion to Islam was seen as a threat by the Oghuz Yabgu state, which still adhered to ancient Turkic beliefs and had not embraced Islam. As a result, the Oghuz Yabgu sent tax collectors to him. However, as a Muslim leader, Seljuk Bey refused to pay the tax, declaring, "Muslims do not pay tribute to infidels." This incident completely severed ties between the Seljuks and the Oghuz Yabgu state. From that moment on, the two sides became enemies. Seljuk Bey declared jihad against the Oghuz Yabgu and began preparing his army. War against the Oghuz Yabgu state and the martyrdom of his son Mikhail. After establishing dominance in Jend, Seljuk Bey launched a campaign against the Oghuz Yabgu state. The Yabgu's fortress was besieged, and a great war broke out. However, this battle resulted in a heavy loss for the Seljuks. Seljuk Bey's son, Mikhail, was martyred in the war. This immense loss deeply affected Seljuk Bey. But as a leader, he did not let his personal grief consume him. He took care of his grandsons and made every effort to raise them well. He ensured the protection and education of Mikhail's sons, Tufril and Chagri Bey. Seljuk Bey's growing power and relations with the Samanids. Seljuk Bey's victory against the Oghuz Yabgu increased his prestige even further. He was now recognized not only among the Turks but also in the Islamic world. At this time, the Samanid state in Central Asia was under threat from the Karakhanids. The Samanids, weakened by the rising power of the Karakhanids, were desperately seeking support. They requested help from Seljuk Bey. Seljuk Bey did not refuse their plea and sent his son, Arslan Yabgu, to aid the Samanids. Under Arslan Yabgu's leadership, the Seljuks and Samanids achieved victory in battle. This triumph further boosted Seljuk Bey's reputation. He had now become one of the most powerful figures in the region. The death and legacy of Seljuk Bey. Seljuk Bey passed away around the year 1009. However, His death did not put an end to his legacy. Under his leadership, the Oghuz tribes became an independent force. They embraced Islam and became part of a new civilization. Their victory against the Oghuz Yabgu state opened the doors to a new era. By aiding the Samanids, they gained prestige in the Islamic world. He was not just a tribal leader, he was a leader who changed history. Conclusion. Why is Seljuk Bey important? When we talk about the Seljuk Empire today, we refer to a great power that opened the gates of Anatolia. However, one crucial point must not be forgotten. The foundation of this great state was laid by Seljuk Bey. He was not just the leader of a tribe, he was the pioneer who paved the way for the entire Turkic Islamic world.